I'm always right. I'm always right.
What is going on, Ben Army? Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Bleeves. I'm here to talk to you about the Ben token, Bitboy crypto, what's going on with Ben ETH Ben, whatever you want to call it. I call him ETH Ben, but we're going to talk about what's happening over here. Then we're going to look at the broad market, make a decision on whether or not Ben is in an entry position right now. And we're going to look at some Twitter stuff and see why all this broke down and came out the way that it all came. We're going to start with that. In fact, last night you saw this. It says, I've completely separated from ETH Ben. We will no longer working together in any capacity. Good luck to him on all accounts. But going forward, Ben will have no association with any project related to him. We also no longer hold, he also no longer holds any Ben tokens. So the swap was the liquidity pool for the Ben tokens that ETH Ben had. And it says right here, the liquidity pool for Loyal is back under my control. In the coming days, my team and I will be balancing the pools and adding liquidity when necessary. Now, if you remember, Bitboy famously on his show decided that he wanted the entire control of the liquidity pool. And there really is a divide between those who want Bitboy to control it and those who didn't want Bitboy to control it. So there are two factions at work here. Development of the DEX is well underway, and the PSYOP Launchpad liquidity pools will work in conjunction with the DEX. Perps will be available for certain pairs as well. So we got this right here. I don't know when that means anything is going to launch or if it's going to launch, but we'll see. But then we have over here, obviously there's a reason, something going on over here that doesn't sit right with Bitboy. Let's start with this. After saying, I'm not going to launch anything else, he then announces within hours, yeah, I'm going to help somebody with Dave. Yeah, as a matter of fact, I'm also launching an NFT collection. So, clearly there's something going on here with ETH Ben where there's a misunderstanding here. He's running, 3 projects or helping with 2 projects, I should say. We've got Ben under Bitboy, we've got PSYOP under ETH Ben, and then we've got Loyal, which was to be a shared ecosystem, and then that was going to be the deal. That was it. Well, instead, ETH Ben decides he's going to start helping with Trust. He's going to start helping with Pooh. He's going to start helping with Dave. And there's even a finale out. So this was not the end of it. So ETH Ben then also launches an NFT collection. And if you watch Twitter, that's mostly what he's talking about right now. There's no more conversation about Ben, barely any conversation about Loyal. So there's obviously some kind of disconnect. And then you move on here. And this I think is the straw that broke the camel's back. Not that it probably wasn't working because it seemed to happen very quickly, but refunds are going out to people that deposited to the fake PSYOP contract that got posted. How does that even happen, right? Going directly to the wallets that deposit. Devs are on it now. It was an API misconfiguration. So you had so what happened was the team sent out a link to basically what was a honeypot. It doesn't mean that it was a malicious contract, just was a honeypot, and you couldn't get your money back out of it. So ETH Ben had to refund. But there's another in a string of mishaps. One time there was a post from one of his team members about another token, and before he woke up the next day, this whole thing had started up, and there's obviously a control issue here and a problem. And I think at this point, it's safe to say this. Bitboy expects certain things. He expects things to go a certain way. He expects there to be no issues, concerns, or problems. And there are clearly issues, concerns, and problems in the ETH Ben ecosystem that just continue to manifest themselves. And in addition, a little bit of ADD maybe, because we're on like the 7th project right now since he said, oh, these are going to be the only 3. So finally, let's now dig in and check out the price action. When all this happened, the natives started to celebrate. That was down here last night, 92, 91 over here. And then all of a sudden, that cascade of downside movement came all the way down to 75. Then it spiked its way back up to 87. And it came all the way down to 74. Now it's spiked all the way back up to 85. Now it looks like it's coming back down again. I really can't read into this any kind of price prediction other than it looks like we're using 73 right here as a floor of sorts for right now. The last time we spiked off of that floor, you see here this big buyback candle, which ended up in another bounce to this support line at 78, and then a run all the way up to dropping a 0. So does that mean the same thing is going to happen? Probably. But you should also be aware that there's a lot of downside movement here. There's a lot of waning on the sentiment of Ben, because there's just a kind of a comedy of errors. It's going to be very difficult without some sort of nice big announcement, which I'm told should be happening today. But without that, then there might be a little spike to the downside. So we'll see what happens on this in the next little while. So if you haven't already, certainly go check out Ben. Definitely the Be Attention Now token, one of the hottest things in crypto at this point. You should certainly check it out for yourself. See if this is something that you would like to be invested in. Plenty of volatility. Volatility means fun. That's how you invest. That's how you make money. So if it drops back down to 78, right, 83.47 right now, if it drops to 78 right now, certainly in the buy zone. Right now, it's in a rejection area, or very close to a rejection area. So this would not be the time where I would tell you, like, this is the time where you want to jump in. Now, you could also say that anytime is going to be an early time when it's under this one right here. But I want you to win. I want you to win big. So wait to 78, wait to 73, 75, somewhere in that range. Once it's under 708 and it's down in that area, I do think that's where the big bounces are coming from. So, play it by ear, see if it happens again. Now, to be fair, in 3 or 4 hours, the whole thing could take off. So, but this is not financial advice. My name is Bleeves. I'm always right. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hopefully you are convinced that the Ben token, the Be Everywhere Now token, is the future of cryptocurrency, and we'll see you on that journey. We'll talk to you again very, very. Thank you for tuning in, guys. Hope you had a good time. Hope you enjoyed the show. Remember to sign up for MEXC, BitGet, and NordVPN down in the links below.
Ways to get paid. I'm checking my coins around breakfast, then again around bedtime. Bet this.